Well, here we are, Belvedere Hall.
Oh, you're not serious, are you, Mr. Bodkin? I mean, you don't really think people are going to pay good money to have a look at the dump we live in?
Clogborough Hall is not a dump. It's a monument to a way of life.
I mean, I'd sooner gone the pictures as a Tarzan film on at the end.
We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to study the money-making methods of the stately home business. Find out how it's done. Pick up a few wrinkles. It reminds me, where's your dear lady mother?
You know that pub we passed? But she didn't. Here, look here. It says they got paintings by old masters, collection of gold and silver plate, ornamental gardens, cream teas, and donkey rides.
Donkey ride? There'll be none of that at Clogborough Hall.
No, there'll be none of the old masters of the gold plate either.
Anyway, we can't stand gossiping here all day. Come on.
Look, we can't go in there. It's 50p's and I'm not paying.
There's no question of payment. That's for the ordinary person. Come on.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
We're just on our way up to the hall, my good man.
Can't you read? It says 50p per person.
This is not a person. This is the Earl of Clogborough on his way to call on Lord Bagshot. When one peer of the realm calls on another, he does not expect to face a demand for 50p at the front door.
Can't help that. Nobody gets by here without paying. Lord Bagshot's orders. If his own mother came to this door, she'd have to pay to get in.
That might be an idea worth adopting.
Here I am then, Mr. Bodkin. I bet you were afraid I'd got lost.
No.
I just stopped by, you know, to pick a few flowers.
What were they? Ops.
Shut it down, Clifford, and put your face straight. What's going on here?
No, it's this fella. He won't let us in without paying.
Oh, he won't he? Now, look here, young man. This is my big son, and he's an earl. I'm his mother, you know. We live in a big house, too, so we're all, as it were, in the same trade. I think we should go in free. Come along, lads.
Stand aside over there.
Here.
We'll have a coach party coming in, and they're paid.
Just
back.
a moment.
You'll get back, you.
Here we are, Fred. 3 counties tour and IT at Belvedere Hall.
Right, so. In you come, ladies and gentlemen.
It's disgraceful. Letting a party of day trippers in before his lordship. You realise that the Clogboroughs were living in castles while the Bagshots were still scratching about in little mud huts. The Earl... Where is the Earl?
Up it. Let's have you outside.
Aren't you going in, pal?
No, I'm waiting for my party.
Oh. Where have you parked your coach then, pal?
I'm not a coach driver. And don't call me pal. I'm head butler to the Earl of Clogborough.
Who?
Of Clogborough Hall.
Never heard of it.
It's one of the finest houses in the country. Much superior to this one. I've decided, on the Earl's behalf, of course, to open it to the public.
Well, there's plenty of money in it, if the people know where to come. But they can't come if they've never heard of you, can they?
Tell me, do you conduct many coach parties to the stately homes?
Aye, hundreds of them.
I see. I wonder if possibly, perhaps we could come to an arrangement. You follow me.
I'm ahead of you, Cut.
Hello, Mr. Bodkin.
You realise what time it is? It's nearly midnight. What on earth have you been doing?
We've been enjoying ourselves, haven't we, ma'am?
Oh, yes, it was beautiful, Mr. Bodkin. Why did you come with us, eh?
Yeah, they had donkey rides.
They've got a wishing well.
Yeah, and a little zoo for the kids.
Beautiful toilets.
Oh, yes. That's the sort of catch-penny tomfoolery that I would expect from an upstart like Bagshot. There'll be none of that at Clogborough. We have history here. The heritage of the Basket family. England's greatness in marble and stone.
Yeah, but it's not the same as donkey rides.
I've entered into a business transaction with a Mr. Percy Benson. He's a coach proprietor in a small way of business. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, a party of sightseers will leave Manchester, bound for Chatsworth, the ancestral home of the Dukes of Devonshire. At 12 o'clock precisely, they will arrive here.
I thought you said they were going to Chatsworth.
I said they were setting off for Chatsworth. But on the journey, Mr. Benson, in the driver's seat, and in touch with the wider world through radio, will announce that Chatsworth has been cut off by the floods.
What floods?
And will bring the party here.
Oh, Mr. Bodkin, you are wicked.
Oh, no, not wicked, madam. I just like to think that the spirit of Drake and Hawkins is not entirely dead in this small island of ours.
Drake and Hawkins.
Drake and Hawkins.
Drake and Hawkins.
No. You're really enjoying yourself, aren't you?
Oh, believe me, my lord, quite the contrary.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Excuse me, please. There now. That'll lend the place a bit of class, will that?
Mrs. Basket, handsome though this object is, I hardly think it's suitable for Clogborough Hall.
Why not? It's very nice, is that dog?
Yes, is this inscription, a present from Blackpool?
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, it's hardly the image, sir. You must remember that some of our paying visitors may be the sort of person who actually go to Blackpool. They would not like to discover that the Earl of Clogborough and his lady mother did the same.
Here, I'll tell you what, Mr. Bodkin. I thought I could turn a few autographs, you know, that little thing he does at his place, you know. Stroll about a bit, a word here and a word there. A laugh and a joke with the ladies. I could even do some conjuring tricks.
That is not exactly the role I had in mind, for your lordship. You must remember that many of the peasants who visit stately homes are somewhat starry-eyed about the nobility. It would not do to shatter their confidence, my lord.
What he means, Clifford, is you'll only show us up.
Knowing that your lordship is a keen student of counter-espionage and detective work, I'd rather envisaged you in the role of security officer. Alert and vigilant when the house is full of strangers.
Well, I like the sound of that.
Good. And as for you, Mrs. Basket,
Mr. Bodkin.
it had occurred to me that no one perhaps would be better suited to looking after their physical requirements.
Very nice.
Cups of tea and sandwiches will be quite sufficient. It's now 11:57. In 3 minutes' time, they'll be here. So, action stations.
There we are, Mr. Bodkin. One coach lord as per agreement. I'd sooner you than me. I wouldn't have this lot in my house. Scruffy lot.
I can see that, Mr. Benson. But needs must when the devil drives.
Yeah.
This is a novel experience for me, Mr. Benson. But I have every confidence in my ability to handle it. As the late Mr. Rudyard Kipling has it, if you can walk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. Yeah. Madam, would you mind stepping off the lawn? Now, side up. Cigarettes out. Thank you, madam. If you'll just go through that door on the left and wait quietly with the others. I beg your pardon?
50-50, we said, Mr. Bodkin.
Ah, yes, that's quite right, Mr. Benson, so we did. Well, now, let me see. There's 22 visitors at 50 pence each. That's £11. So, if I give you £5.50. I'll give it to you out of my own money to save opening the box. There we are. 3, 4, 5 and 50. There we are. Lovely.
26 visitors, Mr. Bodkin. £6.
26? Really? I could have sworn there were only 22.
Oh, it's very easily done, Mr. Bodkin. Right, thank you. Now, seeing that not everybody is as honest as us two, I'm going to give you a little tip. Watch out for pilferers. They'll take the kitchen sink back on my coach if you don't watch them.
I'd rather anticipated that, Mr. Benson. But rest assured, our security arrangements are in very good hands.
Morning. We've been having a lot of weather. I keep thinking it's Monday. I'll tell you what, who'd like to see a conjuring trick? Oh, right. Well, for this trick, all I need is a gentleman's watch.
Excuse me, where are the toilets?
Right, Mr. Perkins, I'll take over now.
Who?
I said I'll take over now, Mr. Perkins. Ladies and gentlemen, just pay attention for a moment. And before we start our tour, I just want to say one or two things about our security arrangements. Mr. Perkins here, this is Mr. Perkins, is in charge of a large staff of guards. Savage dogs, trained to sniff out pilferers, roam the grounds. Anybody, any questions?
Yes, where are the toilets?
Don't change the subject, madam. Perkins. A word to the wise, my lord.
Why do you keep calling me Perkins, Mr. Bodkin?
For security reasons. Mr. Benson's tipped me off that we have pilferers with us, souvenir hunters. So, double your vigilance. Bustle about the house. Change your clothes from time to time.
What for?
This will give the impression that we have a large staff. Or failing that, it will puzzle them.
Oh, right.
Right. And you may find a use for this false moustache.
Oh. Where did you get that?
It belonged to my mother.
Oh. You are?
Perfectly simple explanation.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Bodkin. There's no need to drag up old scandals.
There's no question of dragging up old scandals. My mother used to take part in below-stairs amateur theatricals. Her pièce de résistance was an impersonation of the late Lord Kitchener.
Hey, cop! How long we going to be stood here? Stop chattering, let's be having you.
Alert your mother to the situation and guard that box with your life.
Yeah. Roger, Wilco, over and out.
Now, listen to me very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start our tour of this veritable treasure trove, which is Clogborough Hall, one final word. Don't straggle, keep very close together, and listen very carefully to my lecture. I may well ask you questions later.
Tea for two and two for tea and tea for two and two for tea and tea for two and two for tea.
Boo!
Don't do that, our Clifford.
How did you know it was me, Mother?
If you want to play, go in the garden.
But how did you know it was me? I'm disguised.
Who was?
Well, I don't know. Somebody else.
Yes, but who?
Well, I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, how do you expect anyone else to know?
Here, Mother. Who does this remind you of?
Uncle Fred. Yes. Oh, God rest him. I never want to go through another Christmas day like that.
Now, here we have a portrait of the 4th Earl, painted in the 18th century by an unknown artist.
What's it worth?
What's it worth? Oh, I think you could safely say that you couldn't put a price on that picture.
Huh, you can say that again.
I can assure you, sir, that the 12th Earl rejected a very good offer for the frame alone. And take your hat off. And now we come to a magnificent vase.
Looks like a pot dog to me.
Yeah, I'm not referring to the pot dog. That shouldn't be there at all. This one on its left. Now, this was presented to the 7th Earl, who was a distinguished soldier, by the Russian Tsar, in gratitude for his services during the Crimean War.
The British were fighting against the Russians in the Crimean War.
Oh, come, madam. Why would the Tsar be grateful to a general who'd fought against him? Quite sure?
Positive.
I'm very glad to see that you're alert, madam. That, of course, was today's deliberate mistake.
The whole house is a mistake, if you ask me.
Now, over here. Over here. We have another magnificent picture.
Yeah, Chatsworth pictures on the ceilings.
We're not at Chatsworth now, sir.
I know. I wish I was.
So do I. Before we move on to the historic music room, through the historic northern sub-corridor, are there any questions?
Well, we're passing the toilets.
Just a minute. Watch what you're doing with that.
Oh, hello, Alfred.
Hello, ma'am. Here, get us a sandwich, will you? I'm starving.
Yes, all right, only be careful of the crumbs. You get mice in there and you're in trouble.
Here, ma'am. Where's Mr. Bodkin?
Oh, he's showing the tourists round my bedroom. Ta-da.
Now, here, I want you to observe these marks on the wall.
What, that damp, do you mean?
Sometimes taken for damp by the ignorant. These marks remind us of the 6th Earl. The 6th Earl was sitting up in bed drinking claret when the news of Wellington's victory at Waterloo was brought to him. And in a fit of temper, he dashed his bottle of claret against the wall.
Why was he in a temper?
Anticipating a French victory, he had invested in large stocks of wine, expecting the price to rise sharply, instead of which, of course, the price fell. Which reminds me that later on in our tour, refreshments at competitive prices are to be had in the great kitchen.
Well, is that near the toilets?
Now we come to the bed itself. Her Gracious Majesty, Elizabeth I, slept in this bed. And legend has it that as she lay sleeping, news that the Armada had been sighted was brought to her. She rose and left the hall hurriedly.
Yeah, we can all see that, pal.
I beg your pardon?
Well, she left something behind her, didn't she?
Here you are. Eat your sandwich, son.
Oh, thanks, ma'am. Hey, up. I can hear them coming.
I'm off.
Now, as we pass through the hall, I want you to observe this suit of armour from the Middle Ages. Notice the size and shape. By modern standards, of course, it is small and grotesque. No normal man could wear it. In fact, to get inside that, you would have to be a runt. Almost a dwarf.
Almost a dwarf. I should have given him a kick up the backside. That'd have made him look silly. Where's my sandwich? What, the thieving beggars!
We must have a toilet here somewhere.
Down the passage, love. Last door on the left. Blimey. It must have been an emergency.
And lastly, we come to the kitchens, where in bygone days the great feasts were prepared for the hungry traveller. Sucking pigs, and oxen roasting on the spit, haunch of venison, plump geese, barons of beef. What fare have we for the hungry traveller today?
Blow-to-paste sandwiches.
Only sandwiches?
Ah, but no ordinary sandwiches, sir. Fresh bloaters caught in the moat. These sandwiches you are about to purchase are similar in every way to those eaten in medieval times. In fact, they were made to a recipe by good Queen Bess herself.
Rubbish.
I beg your pardon?
It wasn't thought of for another 200 years. The sandwich was invented by the 4th Earl of Sandwich.
Oh, yes, well, the Basket family have invented a lot of things, too. Haven't they, Mr. Bodkin?
Yes, yes, indeed, certainly, yes. Many delicious dishes.
Such as what?
Well, such as chicken in the basket, for instance.
See?
Now, anyone wishing to partake of this sumptuous repast would kindly consult the good lady here.
Just form a queue here, would you? Get round
right.
there, in front of the table, if you don't mind.
Ah. I wondered where you got to. I haven't seen you at work.
Well, you mightn't have seen me, but I've seen you.
Tell me, has anything been stolen? That's the important thing.
Yeah, someone's whipped most of me butty.
Good God.
I wish someone had whipped mine.
It's time to clear the house, my lord. Anyone desperate enough to steal a bloater paste sandwich will stop at nothing.
Hey, you called him my lord. Is he Lord Clogborough?
Well, yes, he is. He's my son. I'm his mother, you know.
Hey, he doesn't look much like a lord to me.
Well, I am.
Yeah, it's a rotten stately home, is it? I mean, what's stately about it? There's no dungeons, there's no torture chamber.
For you, sir, we could make special arrangements. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I have shown you around the house and conducted you round the interesting and unique grounds, which is no part of my official duty. Gratuities to the guide, of course, are not compulsory, but if, in view of my efforts, any of you may feel inclined to show your appreciation,
What's that? There in the bushes.
Hey, it looks like a tiger.
Tiger is a native of India, sir. There are no tigers in England.
It is a tiger!
I told you, Mr. Bodkin, it's animal that gets them going.
Well, that's the hardest £6.10 I've ever earned in my life. Where's the collecting box?
Oh, well, don't forget what my man made on the sandwiches. How many did you sell?
1. And he wanted his money back.
Well, in that case, I sincerely hope we've lost nothing through pilferage.
Oh, no, that's very clever there, Mr. Bodkin. I was watching them all over the place. Do you know where I was hiding? In that suit of armour.
Yes.
Where is he? Oh, I didn't think they'd pinch a suit of armour, Mr. Bodkin.
They'd pinch anything. I suppose we can consider ourselves lucky that we've got away with 1 suit of armour and half a sandwich. Give me the collection box.
Yeah, well, I hid it.
Oh, he's getting crafty, Mr. Bodkin.
Where did you hide it, my lord?
Yes, where'd you hide it, son?
In
In the suit of armour.
No,